Launching activation sequence on 3, 2, 1.
It began with an idea that we do a ship-to-ship sequence to get them from one place to another as sort of quickly and visibly as possible.
I mean, we kind of done some of that with the drill platform thing last time. So I think Chris Pine and all the other guys involved are used to or were up for doing that.
Previs is basically the ability to make your movie before the movie's made. And what the process allows us to do is figure out shot by shot in an edit, what your final product is gonna be.
We have Khan and Kirk flying from one ship to another. What is that going to look like? Ultimately, all we had were two guys hanging on a wire in front of a green screen. What's the best way to lens and tell that story?
One of the great things about Previs is it's a fantastic communication tool. If you do a Previs and say, this is what I want to achieve, then everyone can look at the Previs and go, okay, I need to have a flying guy, and there's a monkey in this shot, and there's whatever else it is.
And we actually had it down to the lens, so the lenses that we used actually matched the lenses they used on set. So when they got on set, they knew exactly what lens to put on. We have tons of massive debris flying through the space. We had to figure out how the actors were going to interact with it.
What's moving is the background is moving. So we're moving background and we're putting little meteors and dust and debris. All of that has to be figured out.
Captain, there is debris directly ahead.
Copy that.
You have nothing to work with. You have two guys hanging on a wire. We have to know what they're reacting to. The actors need to know what they're reacting to.
JJ would, figure out, well, they need to fly right, they need to fly left to sort of dodge what's happening. Then we would just separate it out beat by beat and make a plan for how to shoot it.
3, 2, 1, yank.
Imminent collision detected.
Khan, use evasive action. There is debris directly ahead. I see it.
That tail marks, yeah?
Same crack moment, Chris.
Focus. Debris action.
Flying, debris, and bang!
And using Previs, it allows us to get those moments and figure out when the actor has to react to something hitting his mask.
Down at the crack. The Scotty line, please, Chris.
Scotty, you're gonna be ready for that door, right?
It's just a little tough because they're standing there, on a green screen stage and they're pretending to fly between the ships. But I mean, the actor's just so fantastic at doing it. They're up for any of it.
Now we're going to transition from flying through space into The Vengeance. JJ really wanted it to be in camera if we could possibly do it.
I mean, the approach to it for us was always try to do as much as you can in camera and try to get as much on screen.
Shooting real elements adds a truth to the scene that you can't get any other way. I love when people can't tell. They say, what part of this is CG, what part of this is real, and they guess wrong. It's my favorite thing.
So we are in a warehouse where the Spruce Goose was built, and it is a giant, ugly, old wooden warehouse. Now, it's ugly only because it's supposed to be a very cool, sexy, dark, scary, modern ship. So what we decided to do was build this sort of runway area, light it, and just leave everything else black. In the background, there's gack and stuff for the stunt team. But we're just backlighting it so it just looks like cool stuff.
When JJ told us what he wanted us to do, all of us were standing there going, it's not gonna work. We were all standing in this gigantic light-colored wood warehouse where JJ's notion was we weren't gonna green screen really anything. We were gonna turn the lights off, make the floor black, and shoot the whole environment as is, and somehow through the magic of stage lighting and set design and how you frame the camera, we would need to do virtually no post-production in it.
The trick of the scene is to sort of say, this kind of architecture exists in the space, but this is the whole space. That way, when we're into closer shots, longer lens, where we can see some of the actual stuff, it's all in camera, we would go, oh, I get what they're in, and it looks cool. Yeah, if we can establish there may be some walls, but there are these different areas, when you see this, we'll just work backwards. We'll look at the footage, and we'll go, this is what we need to say it is.
I may have been the only one, but to the moment we started shooting, I thought, disaster, disaster, disaster. And then the camera started rolling, and I was watching the monitor going, well, that worked, but that's not gonna work, and then that worked. I was like, shit.
That was another in-camera thing that was insane, was the guys flying along at enormous speed along on these wires as they came into the ship.
We were on the floor doing the slide in. because Jace had this brilliant idea of pulling Colin, one of the brilliant camera operators, back along the floor on his belly with a camera. And Khan's all in control and very serious, as if he's done it before. It's all about being in control. And Kirk's going, and I got up and was like, did you see that? Did you ever see that? It was like test riding an adventure theme ground ride.
And it looked fantastic. You know, even without the wires painted out, it looked genuinely thrilling. I was quite jealous.
I'm sorry about this. What?
Welcome aboard.